গিরিবরধারী জয় গোপীজন বল্লভ জয় গিরিবরধারী জয় যশোদানন্দন ব্রজ জনরঞ্জন যশোদানন্দন ব্রজ জনরঞ্জন যমুনা তীর বনচারী যমুনা তীর বনচারী জয় রাধা মাধব জয় কুঞ্জ বিহারী জয় রাধা মাধব জয় কুঞ্জ বিহারী হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে জয় রাধা গিরিধারী রাধে জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন জয় লাড্ডু গোপাল জয় লাড্ডু গোপাল জয় লাড্ডু গোপাল জয় লাড্ডু গোপাল জয় জগন্নাথ জয় বলদেব জয় সুভদ্রমাই জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় জয় গুরুদেব জয় জয় গুরুদেব জয় শ্রী রাধা গিরিধারী কি জয় শ্রীলা প্রভুপাদ কি জয় ভক্তবৃন্দ কি জয় all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna. Good morning and Hare Krishna to all assembled devotees. Welcome to our everyday Bhagavad forum session. So I will start with the Srila Prabhupada's Lilamrita. I am sharing now. I hope it is visible, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, it is visible.
Thank you. So we are in the chapter 35, this remote corner of the world, and page number 1000. It's nice conversation with the interviewer and with Srila Prabhupada. Interviewer, I think that in this part of the world, in the Western world, we place a great deal of emphasis on religion in the way it gets one man to deal with another man, the ethic of religion. Now, in the Krishna consciousness movement, Srila Prabhupada, we are not concerned how one man deals with another man. Interviewer, isn't that part of your Krishna consciousness movement? Srila Prabhupada, no, this is not important. Because we know as soon as one knows how to deal with God, he will automatically deal very nicely with others. This is very important for our sloka today. Interviewer, but let's take the Christian religion for an example. You know the 10 commandments. There is a heavy emphasis in the 10 commandments on the relationships between one human being and another. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill. You know that sort of thing, Srila Prabhupada. But I say that Jesus Christ never said and never meant that thou shalt not kill. Refers to only human beings. Where is that evidence? Jesus Christ never said that thou shalt not kill. Refers only to human beings. Thou shalt not kill any animal. Thou shalt not kill any animal. Interviewer, any life? Srila Prabhupada, any life? That is religion. Interviewer, it has never been interpreted that way. Srila Prabhupada, you have interpreted it differently. But he said, thou shalt not kill. He never said, thou shalt not kill amongst human beings. Why do you interpret it that way? Prabhupada had given the TV interviewer the very thing he was after, controversy, but because it was not desirable controversy, the interviewer promptly dropped it. Instead, he asked Prabhupada how one could recognize a true follower of Krishna consciousness by his behavior. He would be a perfect gentleman, Prabhupada said, that's all. Therefore, I prohibit my disciples to eat meat. Interviewer, to eat meat? Srila Prabhupada, yes, and therefore I prohibit illicit sex life. Therefore, I prohibit intoxication. They do not even smoke. What to speak of other intoxication? Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita ki jai. I am stopping here, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So today's verses Canto 5, chapter 15 and verse number 7. Before that, the Srimad Bhagavatam invocation, Priya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् श्रीन्नतां सकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणं कीर्तनः हृदयन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विधुनति सुहृत्सतं नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भगवती नैष्टके मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण to everybody. And I really thank you for giving me the opportunity to read this sloka and to go into it. And I humbly seeking the blessings of all you, assemblies devotees, for glorification of Lord. So I can speak something for my purification, though I am not qualified. Just I am trying to. Thank you, Hare Krishna. So today's verse is text 7 and chapter 15. From Canto 5. It's no meter, just like prose I'm trying to read. Is it visible, right? I'm making a little bit bigger.
Yes, you can
Yes,
see.
Mataji, always.
Thank you. Sabai sadharmena prajapalana poshana prinana upalalana anusasana lakshanena ijjodina cha bhagavati mahapurushe parabare ब्रह्मणि सर्वात्मनार्पित परमार्थ लक्षणेन ब्रह्म बीच चरणानुसेवया पादित भगवत भक्ति योगेन चाभिघ्नश परिभावि ताति शुद्ध मतिर परतानात्म आत्मनि स्वयं उपलभ्यमान ब्रह्मात्मा अनुभावयोपि निरभिमान एभावनिम अजुगुपत. Thank you. If any volunteer want to read, please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandavat Pranam.
Saboi sadharmena prajapalana poshana prinano upalana anushasana lakshena ijayadina cha bhavati mahapurushi paravari brahmani sarva atma arpita paramartha lakshana brahma vicharana anusevaya अपदीत भगवत भक्ति योगेन च अभिशिक्षेण परिभावति शुद्धमति पर अनात्मय आत्मनिशयम् उपलप्यमान ब्रह्म आत्म अनुभव अपि निरअभिमानन एव अवनिम अजुगुपत। हरे
Thank you,
कृष्ण।
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavata Pranam also.
Yes, Prabhu, Pranam.
Shaboi Sadharmeno Prajapalano Poshano Srino Prinopolanano Shasano Lakshane Janadina Cho Bhagavati Mahapurushe Parabare Brahmani Sarvatmanarpito Paramartha Lakshmaneno Brahmavi Charanano Sevaya Padito Bhagavat Bhakti Yogeno Chavikshanasha Puribhavitati শুদ্ধমতি উপরতাত্মা আত্মনি স্বয়ং উপলভ্যমান ব্রহ্মাত্মানুভবপি নিরভিমান এবাবনিম অযুগপৎ। হরে কৃষ্ণ।
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
সবই স্বধর্মেন প্রজাপালন পোষণ প্রীণন উপলালনা অনুশাসন লক্ষণেনে ইজ্জাদিনা চ ভগবতী মহাপুরুষে পরাবরে ব্রহ্মণি সর্বাত্মনার্পিত পরমার্থ লক্ষণেন ব্রহ্মবীজ চরণানুসেবয়া আপদিত ভগবত ভক্তি যোগেন চাভিক্ষ্ণসহ পরিভাবিতাতি শুদ্ধমতির উপরতা নাত্ম্য আত্মনি স্বয়ং উপলভ্যমান ব্রহ্মাত্মানু ভবপি নিরভিমান এবাবনিম অযুগুপত।
Thank you, Mataji. Can we go ahead with synonyms?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
Dandavat
Mataji.
Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
May I try, please?
Okay, sure, Mataji. Go ahead.
सा वै स्वधर्मेण प्रजापालन पोषण परिणानो पलालानानुशासन लक्षणानेनेञ्जयादीन च भगवती महापुरुषे परावरे ब्रह्मणि सर्वात्मना अर्पित परम अर्थ लक्षणेन ब्रह्मा विच चरणानुसेवया पादित भगवत भक्ति योगेन चाभीच्छनासा परिभाविताति शुद्धमतिर उपरता अनात्मया आत्मनि स्वयं उपलभ्यमाना ब्रह्म आत्मनानुभवो अपि निर्भीमान एवामानीम् अजुगुपत। Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Can we go ahead with synonyms, please? Would like to read anyone the synonyms?
May I?
Yeah, Mataji, go ahead.
Saha, that King Gaya, Vai, indeed, Swadharmena, by his own duty, Praja Palan, of protecting the subjects, Poshan, of maintaining them, Parinana, of making them happy in all respects, Upalalana, of treating them as sons, Anushashan, of sometimes chastising them for their mistakes, Lakshanena, by the symptoms of a king, Ijaya Adhina, by performing the ritualistic ceremonies as recommended in the Vedas, Cha, also, Bhagavati, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, Mahapurushe, the chief of all living entities, Par Avere, the source of all living entities, from the highest, Lord Brahma, to the lowest, like the insignificant ants. Brahmani, unto Par Brahman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vasudeva, Sarva Atmana, in all respect, Arpita, of being surrendered. Param Artha Lakshanena, with spiritual symptoms. Brahma Vid, of self-realized saintly devotees. Charan Anush Sevaya, by the service of the lotus feet. Apadita, achieved Bhagavat Bhakti Yogena by the practice of devotional service to the Lord. Cha also abhikshanasa continuously paribhavita saturated ati sudha mati whose completely pure consciousness, full realization that the body and mind are separate from the soul. Uparat anatmaye wherein identification with material things was stopped. Atmani, in the own self, Swayam, personally, Uplabhyamana, being realized, Brahma Atma Anubhava, perception of his own position as the spirit, supreme spirit. Api, although, Nirbhina, Nirbhimanaha, without false prestige. Eva, in this way, our Nim, the whole world, Aju Gupta, ruled strictly according to the Vedic principles. Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Translation. Would like to read anyone? It's a big translation and also same purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
King Gaya gave full protection and security to the citizens so that their personal property would not be disturbed by undesirable elements. He also saw that there was sufficient food to feed all the citizens. This is called Poshana. He would sometimes distribute gifts to the citizens to satisfy them. This is called Prinana. He would sometimes call meetings and satisfy the citizens with sweet words. This is called Upalalana. He would also give them good instructions on how to become first-class citizens. This is called Anushasana. Such were the characteristics of King Gaya's royal order. Besides all this, King Gaya was a householder who strictly observed the rules and regulations of household life. He performed sacrifices and was an unalloyed pure devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was called Mahapurusha because as a king, he gave the citizens all facilities, and as a householder, he executed all his duties so that at the end became a strict devotee of the Supreme Lord. As a devotee, he was always ready to give respect to other devotees and to engage in the devotional service of the Lord. This is the Bhakti Yoga process. Due to all these transcendental activities, King Gaya was always free from the bodily conception. He was full in Brahman realization, and consequently, he was always jubilant. He did not experience material lamentation. Although he was perfect in all respects, he was not proud, nor was he anxious to rule the kingdom. Thank you, Mataji.
Wonderful. Thank you, Hare Krishna Mataji. And purport, would like to read
Oh,
anyone?
Yeah, purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As Lord Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita, when he descends on earth, he has two types of business: to give protection to the faithful and annihilate the demons. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. Since the king is the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is sometimes called Naradeva, that is, the Lord as a human being. According to the Vedic injunction, he is worshipped as God on the material platform. As a representative of the Supreme Lord, the king had the duty to protect citizens in a perfect way so that they would not be anxious for food, protection, and so that they would be jubilant. The king would supply everything for their benefit, and because of this, he would levy taxes. If a government, if the king or government otherwise levies taxes on the citizen, he becomes responsible for the sinful activities of the citizen. In Kali Yuga, monarchy is abolished because the king themselves are subjected to the influence of Kali Yuga. It is understood from Ramayana that when Vibhishan became friends with Lord Ramchandra, he promised that if by chance or will willingly broke the laws of friendship with Lord Ramchandra, he would become Brahmana or a king in Kali Yuga. In this age, as Vibhishan indicated, both Brahmanas and kings are in a wretched condition. Actually, there are no kings or Brahmanas in this age, and due to their absence, the whole world is in chaotic condition and is always in distress. Compared to present standard, Maharaja Gaya was a true representative of Lord Vishnu. Therefore, he was known as Mahapurush. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice purport. Before going to discuss, we'll take the blessings to Guru and Gaurango and you all. Om Agyanang Timirandhasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chaksurunmiltanga Tadmai Shri Gurave Namo Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Shayagrupam Padamayam Dadati Shapadantikam Vande Hang Sri Gurung Sita Padakamalam Sri Gurung Vaishnavangsa Sri Rupam Shagro Jatam Shahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Shajivam Sadvadhaitam Shabadhutam Purichana Shaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Shahagana Lolita Sri Vishakhan Vitangscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dino Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Radhakanto Namastuti Tapto Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusuti Devi Pranamami Hari Pri Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo 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 Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Charu Samniti Namine Snigdha Cheto Shupronito Vagminam Charosapratam Prabhupada Gato Prana Namami Bhakti Charu Padam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Samniti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Vishesha Shunnavati Paschatode Sutarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gauru Bhakta Bindu Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. This is a very nice sloka and with glories of King Gaya. Okay, I'm sharing I made some PowerPoint. Yeah, that I have done. Just this one, we read that. The glories of the descendants of King Priyabrata from Canto 5, chapter 15 and verse number 7. So we will discuss about the King Goya's characteristics and the glories. And recap, I will go for recap. And Monday, the Ranjula Mataji, Devi Dasi Mataji has nicely described about that, the Canto 3, Canto 4, Canto 5, the recap. Gaya was a very famous and saintly king. Great King Gaya is the descendants of Priyabrata Maharaj, and we know who is Priyabrata Maharaj. He is the son of Swayambhu Manu. He is having two sons, Swayambhu Manus. In Canto 3, we found the lineage of Swayambhu Manu, having three daughters, that Devahuti, Akuti, Prasuti, and two sons, that Utthanpad and Priyabrata. Priyabrata Maharaj is not interested with material activities. That's why Utthanpada was doing that ruling the kingdom. But we Canto 4, we found that Dhruva Maharaj and that Prachanbari, Prithu Maharaj, Prachanbari Shat Prachitta. After Prachittas, there is no kingdom to rule that kingdom. So that's why Swayambhu Brahma, they have called to Priyabrata to come back from his spiritual life to come as a Grihastha, and he accepted. And this king, Gaya, is the descendants of Priyabrata Maharaj. Priyabrata Maharaj, we found that Canto 5, that Agnidhra, Rishabdev, then Jada Bharat, 3 Jada Bharat, and that Sumati is the son of Bharat Maharaj. And that king are the descendants of Priyabrata Maharaj. And King Gaya's father and mother name was the Nakta and Dhruti. This king, Gaya, has given full protection to his citizen with Poshana, Prininana, Upalalana, and Anushasana. And this will be my discussion points, and about the Mahapurusha, who is having preserved the all qualities called Mahapurusha, and that this is that what is the Kali Yuga is happening, and what's that Krishna's lesson and what's our lesson for this Yuga. And this is all that examples of the great Mahapurusha, Ramchandra, Yudhishthir Maharaj, and Prithu Maharaj, and all. So we'll go for that. Prajapalana, Prajapalana Poshana. Poshana means protecting. protecting the people and feeding the people. We are seeing when someone is very poor, there is a mechanism to how to take care of that person, and of course that exists in every countries. It depends whether the country is rich or poor. We are seeing in the New Zealand, we are helping the people in our government also. Though doesn't have any job, they are getting the money from the subsidiary money, getting from the government, and though we are paying the high taxes, but still we are getting the good facilities that another country is not getting. A good government should ensure that no one goes hungry. Same King Goya's example show how to take care of take care of the citizens, of his citizens in our community. We found that ISKCON, how the Food for Life program is going on. It is the most important humanitarian and spiritual initiatives of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And ISKCON Food for Life operates in more than 80 countries. Now, maybe it is from data, more than 100 maybe. Is serving millions of free meals annually. That especially we can find from the video, especially from the disasters time, that when the natural calamities like wars, crisis, that COVID time, lockdown time, earthquake zones, every time that our ISKCON is going to distribute the foods, distribute the prasadam. Creating Food for Life programs, we are actually fulfilling the statement of Srila Prabhupada. Let's see what Srila Prabhupada says. Actually, Srila Prabhupada says, no one within 10 miles of an ISKCON temple should go hungry. So why he said that? This is actually heart-touching scenario that I found from the Jayapataka Swami's diary. And whatever I am telling today, and I have taken that little my realization from Devabrata Swami Maharaj, Indradumna Swami Maharaj, Bhakta Sangha. So actually so many points and so many discussions from different angles, but I have taken that as per the purport and the translations. So Jayapataka Swami was telling that one day was Govardhan Puja, and we built a big mountain of rice. We fed many people. And the people took their leaf plates after taking prasadam, and then they threw them behind the building. It's happened everywhere, you have seen. Then Prabhupada was living up on the second floor, and it is in Mayapur. And we are sitting in the room together. Then he heard dogs barking and kids shouting. So then he got up and went back on the veranda behind his room, what he saw. Then he looked over and he saw that there was this big pile of plates of people that had eaten their meal, and there was a little scraps on the plates. So then there were some very poor children, and poor children came with sticks in their hand, fighting of some very hungry dogs, because they know that we have to beat the dogs, otherwise dog will bite them, trying to get the scraps of food that people haven't finished eating on their plates. So touching that song, so sad. So when Prabhupada saw how the children were so hungry that had to eat the things that people threw away, and how they were fighting with the dogs to get these scraps of foods, tears welled in his eyes, and he said, we have to see that nobody goes hungry within a 10-mile radius. The temple is the house of God. God is everyone's father. Krishna is everyone's father. So in the presence of the father, this one doesn't so hungry. So this is one, yeah. The son doesn't go hungry. This came together. The son does not go hungry. So we have to make an arrangement that people get fed. This is that Srila Prabhupada's statement. So that was the inspiration of regular prasadam distribution. We are seeing everywhere is that some discussion, sangha, any katha, we make arrangement for the prasadam. Also, we found the Aksar Foundation, which is collaboration and partnership with ISKCON, serves more than 2 million hot meals a day. for to school children across India. And actually, Srila Prabhupada emphasized prasada distribution as both social welfare and spiritual outreach. He said, simply by distributing prasadam, we can conquer the whole world. The simplest way to spiritualize the masses. So nice prediction. Actually, we should always feed people regardless of duration. The recipients unknowingly receive the Krishna's mercy, which gradually awakens their spiritual consciousness. When we came into our Krishna consciousness, we learned first that is to take prasadam, honor the food to Lord first. So that way we will be purified. So same way, this is that Srila Prabhupada's statement. So actually feeding the hungry with feeding people, feeding the hungry people with prasadam ISKCON fulfills the Lord's desire also that no one should suffer materially or spiritually. Annad bhavanti bhutani, that we read about about this one, Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 and 14 sloka. All living being exist from food. So food is necessary. Food is the prime factor for our life. And also when the food is offered to Krishna, it becomes the food of liberation. And in this regard, I was listening our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj, that Srimad Bhagavatam recording class in every Thursday. I used to attend. So Maharaj was discussing about that pastimes of Radharani. She went to the Nandgaon, Gopal, and she found that Nand Raja is distributing the prasad. And it's a big line, and he is distributing the prasad, and they are holding the pots, and he's distributing. But some people, they don't have the pot, so they are not getting the food. They are not getting the prasad. So Nanda Maharaj is asking, go back and come back again. Then Lali came back to Barshana, and his mother was asking Brishabhanu Devi, and Maharaj is asking that Lali, why you are not happy, why you are seeing you are not happy. So what you have seen in Nandgaon. So she is telling that I found that Nandaraja is not giving prasad those who are not having pot. So why Nand Maharaj is not giving prasad with pot? So everybody will get. So this message has sent to Nandgaon, and Nandraja is trying to give the prasad with pot. Then actually this is the message. This is actually prasad means Krishna Prem, Braja Prem. We need to get, actually it should be distributed to everyone. It not should be discriminate those who are having pot and those who are having not pot. So this is very nice. So I added here. It's okay, I'll take this point with my Poshana point. Very nice, this one. And this is really, we are getting that from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he is distributing in this Kali Yuga the prem to everyone. In Mahabharata also, that when Yudhishthir Maharaj was inquiring to Bhishma when he is in deathbed, what gift will reward in this world and in the next? Bhishmadev answered, there has never been, nor will there ever be, any gift equal to the gift of food. This is as taken from Anushasana Parva 1363.3 to 6. Now we'll go for protection. We have written here that it's just Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya chaduskritam. Always Krishna give the protection to his faithful devotees and annihilate the demons. So just I am asking the audience, can you please give the example that Lord Krishna is giving direct protection to his devotees? Who are they? Just 2-3 names. Giving direct protection. Anyone? Are you hearing that?
Parikshit
Yeah.
Maharaj Mataji.
Parikshit Maharaj and Draupadi and that Uttara. That's here it's written. And also Srila Prabhupada has told about that room conversation According to Vedic civilization, a child, an woman, a Brahman, a cow, an old man, they should be given protection, not freedom, but protection. They need the protection. That's also Prithu Maharaj has given that protection in that we found from Canto 4. Actually, he has protected and nourished citizens like a father, Yudhishthir Maharaj, and he ruled under the Krishna's guidance. And Parikshit Maharaj, he punished, killed adharma to protect the dharma. And also we found how Uttara get protected, and he went to the most protector, Lord Krishna. It's so nice, the verse when I was reading. Pahi pahi mahajagin devo devo jagatpate nannam tad abhayam pashe yatra mrityu parasparam. So he means he went to that. She was running, and she was telling, "Oh Lord of Lords, Lord of the universe, you are the greatest of mystics. Please protect me, for there is no one else who can save me from the clutches of death in this world or duality." Pahi pahi mahajagim. And also, we have seen Canto 1, chapter 8. So who should be the protected and why? That Brahmana, the protection of Brahmana, actually, it maintains the institution of Varna and Ashrama. And the protection of cows maintains the most miraculous from food, that milk, which is actually maintaining of our finer tissue of the brain for understanding the higher aims of life. And protection of women actually maintains the chastity of society, and protection of children gives the human form of life the best chance to prepare the way of liberty from material bondage. That's why we say the young generation are future generation. And the protection of the old man gives them a chance to prepare themselves for better life after death. So devotees are always protected by the Lord. That's why Uttara protected by Krishna. And she ran away. She did not go anywhere. She knows that from that Ashtatama's Agni Astra, that will be protected by, and who can protect it? Only Lord Krishna can protect him. The next slide is the King Prithu's example, how he protected his citizens, and from that hunger, that 1417-13, 1417-25, and 1417, we found that when he saw that people became skinny and hungry, and they approached the king for protection, and seeing their pitiable condition, Prithu concluded that it was not the fault of the people, but the fault of the earth. So there was not sufficient food grain. So what he did, he took off his bow and arrow and aimed it at the earth. So like exactly like Lord Shiva, who destroyed the whole world out of anger. So then we found that how earth became very afraid and began to flee very swiftly, taking the form of a cow. Then he told, he's very angry to Maharaj, and he told, "Now with the help of my arrows, I shall cut you to pieces, and with your flesh satisfy the hunger-stricken citizens who are now crying for want of grains. Thus I shall satisfy the crying citizens of my kingdom." His first and foremost duty is to give protection to the citizens from thieves and rogues, as well as from ministers who are no better than thieves and rogues. And we found, how ministers and they are culprit, that how they ruin the money. And also very nice story about that I actually did not know, that I would like to share with you. And I learned that Ronti Deva's story. I don't know you know or not. It's a very nice story, and I found from Canto 9, there's chapter 21 and 12 to 13, the verses. So King Rantideva, actually, he was ready to eat after having fasted for 48 days, not hours, 48 days. Just as he and family sat down for an opulent meal, a Brahmana arrived. Rantideva was honored to receive the exalted guest and gave the Brahmana some of his meal. The Brahmana ate the food and left. Rantideva then whatever left, he divided among his family what was left and again prepared to eat. But just he was to begin to eat, one Sudra, actually labor visitor arrived, but Kuntideva did not see the Sudra's social position. Kuntideva gave the visitor and share of his food with the labor, Sudra. After the Sudra had left, again another guest arrived, a man surrounded by dogs. The man called out, "O king, I and my company of dogs are very hungry. Please give us something to eat." King Rantideva did indeed give them something to eat, all that was left of his meal. He then offered his obeisances to the man and his animals. So by now, nothing is left. And Rantideva was the drinking water, that just water was there. Just as he moved to drink, a Chandala appeared, tried and thirsty, and begged the king for some water. The king did not hesitate. He not only gave the water, but said, "I do not pray to the Supreme Personality of Godhead for the 8 perfection of mystic yoga, nor for salvation from repeated birth and death. I want only to stay among all the living entities and suffer all distress on their behalf, so that they may be freed from suffering." So lessons we learn from the Deva's life: the sacred duty of hospitality. Hospitality is not just a social obligation, but a spiritual duty that brings us closer to God. That we found from the Srila Prabhupada's Lilamrita. If we do bhakti, all quality will come automatically. So we have to serve the Lord. Spiritual duty is the main important. So seeing God in every living being, he has seen that the Lord is sitting in everyone's heart. 15.15. Sarvasva Chaham Hridichandivishtu. And that power of selflessness, that he did not think about himself. He has sacrificed his own life for the well-being of others, and devotion beyond material desires. So actually his story reminds us that the ultimate goal of life is to seek spiritual fulfillment rather than temporary material benefits. So Runtidev, good compassion towards others. That's why this King Runtideva's dedication is very famous. So now I will go for slide that prinana, satisfaction through generosity. Making people happy, actually pleased the citizens. In this way, people become satisfied. If we taking care of the people, so people become happy. Now we are here in the Auckland, the New Zealand, how government is taking care of us. Yeah, we are satisfied. So actually, it's depend upon real greatness in the leadership. We found that Maharaja Yudhishthir, time that Yudhishthir Maharaj ruled very seriously, and that he was very righteous, that everyone, that earth became very joyful. His rule pleased, means Prinan, all beings, and this is the perfect example of Prinano Raja Dharma. So Maharaj Yudhishthir has done. So he's satisfying both citizens and the Supreme Lord. Parikshit Maharaj also protected Dharma in the form of a bull and the earth in the form of a cow. Actually, his compassion and justice brought satisfaction, which is prinano to all living entities. And also he found that King Amrish, Sabai Mano Krishna Chara, Sabai Mano Krishna Padara Bindir. Start with this line. So, though he was emperor of the Lord, Amrish Maharaj ruled as a humble servant of the Lord, because he centered all activities on Krishna. Both his citizens and the Lord were very pleased. This is the highest prinana. And also, how we get satisfaction, we read about that dadati pratigrihnati guhyam akhyati prachayati bhungti bhajayati chaiva shad vidhi pritilakshanam. We are experiencing with our daily life. As this is the satisfaction through generosity, which means offering, to how to get satisfaction by giving gifts, sharing the sources, and showing kindness. So in this way, we will be happy. And then next is upalalana and anushasana. Upalalana means how to treating them as sons, how to tell them sweet words. That Bharat Maharaj character we found, how he used to call to dear as a son, how he's like Atmaja, considering him as a child, but he forget to give the instruction. But it should be Danda and Anushasana should be sorry, together. So how to we speak to the new devotees for our community? So it's a that it's remind that Bhagavad Gita chapter 17 and 15. It should be the anudvega karam vakya sattam priyam hitam chayat shadhaya ubhashanam chaiva vanmayam tapojyate. So when we speak, we should be truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not hesitating to others. And it should be all with that shastric evidence. We will tell something upheld by the scriptures. And also, we do not have authority to criticize others. That's the main thing. And devotee approach each other by respect. And we found the Lord Ramchandra. During the Treta Yuga, because of his good government, the age was like Shatya Yuga. Everyone was religious and completely happy. This is the best of the Bharat dynasty during the reign of Lord Ramchandra. The forest, the rivers, and the hills and mountains, the states, the 7 islands, and the 7 oceans were all favorable, supplying the necessities of life for all living beings. So everyone is happy, so no problem. But also we found that Ramchandra is impartial in justice. Anushasana, he listens daily to listen concerns the citizens. His duty is uplift to dharma even on his own convenience. That is, the true leadership is taking decisions for welfare, which we found from Valmiki Ramayan, Uttarakhanda, that 43-47 Sarga. When public opinion questions Sita's purity, Lord Ram, though personally convinced of her chastity, upheld the principle that a king must be beyond reproach. This was a strict Raj Anusasana. I'm feeling bad. This is thinking about that story of the Sita. That personal, so he actually has done strict Raj Anusasana. Personal emotions were set aside for the good of dharma and public trust. So Ram is an impartial in justice. That first duty to protect social order and public faith in dharma as a Anushasana. So Ramchandra ruled his kingdom exactly as a father takes care of his children. He governed strictly by Dharma Shastra, not personal preferences, and the citizens were perfectly disciplined, no lying, stealing, or immorality. The Lord himself followed the rules he informs, showing perfect Anushasana. That's why we say Jajat Acharati Shrestha. Also, Srila Prabhupada says, the spiritual master sometimes chastises, that is also mercy. Just as a father chastises son, not out of hatred, but out of love, to correct him. Chastisement by the Guru or by Krishna is a sign of special mercy. We all experience the chastisement of our Guru. So we are fortunate. Hare Krishna. So actually, Anushasana, Daya, and Danda is both required. And also we found Supreme Personality Godhead is always with two. Means when Ram, Sita is there. So Sita is Daya. And like this Lakshmi, they are Daya Sakti. So when Daya is not there, then Danda will work. Like, when Ram killed to Ravana, that Sita was not there that way. Now I will go why we call that Mahapurusha. Who is Mahapurusha? And why we call that King Gaya is Mahapurusha. Actually, Mahapurusha is representative of the Lord. So, representative of the Lord means he gains the quality of the Lord. What Lord wants, so he will act as per Lord. He will serve to Lord whatever Lord wants. So we can tell, this is the means a great servant leadership. A Mahapurusha is a self-realized devotee who governs or acts only for pleasure of Bhagavan and the welfare of all beings. So Goya is a pure devotee, and also Goya is a Mahapurus, and also we can say sometimes Naradevata, a actually manifestation or representative of God. Also, it's a great divine personality, often empowered or incarnated by the Lord to perform special work. We can give the Parikshit Maharaj, Vyasdev, they are all Mahapurus, and our Srila Prabhupada. So actually, this is quality we can tell, like servant leadership. Our Krishna is the supreme personality Godhead, but he serves many ways to us. His expansions, Lord Balaram, is the actually best servant of Krishna because he maintains all the spiritual and material universe, and he's also first guru and teaches us how to do this for our guru, for Lord Krishna. And we know he chairs, he beds, and he's all paraphernalia for Lord Krishna. And that's why he comes 7 days ago to facilitate Lord Krishna. So he is the most and biggest servant, and this is the good example. So that's King Goya also held all the power, had all the opulence, he had everything, but still he was the greatest servant in the society because of all his activities. And because of that, he was detached from what he was doing. In the paragraph we found, he did not consider himself as a body, but as a spirit soul. So if we act in this way, similar way, we try in whatever position we are, we will also be successful. Thus, Bhagavad Gita 3.19 is telling, Tashmat ashakta shatatam karyam karma samachara asukta hi acharan karma param apnati purusha. We should not be attached. So, without being attached to the fruits of activities, one should act as a matter of duty. For by working without attachment, one attains the supreme. So Goya is having all qualities. And also we found that Bhattam 5:18-12. Ashasya bhaktir bhagavati yakinchana sarver gunesh tatra samsate suraha hare abhaktasya kuta mahadguna mano rathanashati dhabut vahi. Means a Mahapurush possesses all divine qualities because of pure devotion, akinchana bhakti to Bhagavan. Even Bhagavad Gita 12 and 13, that qualities of devotees we found, the 13 to 20, that last one is I'm telling Maya Arpita Manobuddhir, Jo me bhakta, so me praha, Jo me bhakta, so me priyaha, Jo mat bhakta, so me priyaha. Means a devotee will be humble, peaceful, kind, pure, tolerant, and fully surrendered to Krishna. So that type of bhakta is very dear to me. Krishna is telling they are the all Mahatmas and all Mahapurusas. And Mahapurusha acts for everyone's good. The same King Gaya has given all opportunity to his citizens. Hence, they were undistributed and undisturbed and very happy. And if the citizens are happy, they can they can uplift their spiritual duty as well. Spiritual upliftment is possible. And we found that actually representative of the Lord means whatever Krishna is telling, we have to follow. That Dhruva Maharaj, actually he does not want to rule, but Krishna told you have to rule for 36,000 years. So he has done. Even Prahlad Maharaj, that you will be Lord, you will be ruled for the citizens, not for you. Because Krishna has told, that's why they have done. So this is that Mahapurusha. Now I will discuss about that in the end of the part about that Kali Yuga. And also I am giving example one, the small story about the Aruni wood, when actually how we can listen instruction to want to help others. That Aruni wood story, that Panchapandav was one exile for 14 years, and one Brahmana, he lost his Aruni wood for his yagna. This is the essential, and that antelopes deer he has carried away. And then Pandavas were very distressed, and they are not finding that wood, but they are not going for any others wood. But that Brahman is telling, we want that bunch of wood. So actually that deer is scratching the head, and it has stuck with his horn, and he gone away, and follow the tracks actually that leads to a lake at the famous, we know that about the Jaksha's Prashna episode, So in this, nowadays we have seen in our country as well, if you are not getting, if rubber is coming, okay, don't tell anything, let them go. But it's not a solution. We have to find the solutions from where it is coming, and whatever in this way, it actually crime grows. It's not, we cannot stop the crime. This is the Kali Yuga. So when Kali Yuga beginning, that Krishna is telling that Kali Yuga is appearing. If 5 Pandavas, 5 brothers, you go and tell me what you have looked. So Yudhishthir went. Yudhishthir has seen that 2 tusked elephant means khane ke daant alag hai or dikhane ke daant alag hai, means showing the teeth is different, and means teeth for showing and teeth for eating. In the meaning is people in Kali Yuga will be double faced. They will say one thing and do another. The first footprint is Kali, is hypocrisy. We are seeing this one, and then Bhima has seen that a cow delivers her calves, becomes fully absorbed in licking and caring for it, that we experience, because due to strong bodily affection, due to so much licking to calf, blood comes out. Similarly, in Kali Yuga, parents often become overwhelmed by material attachment to their children, and this excessive bodily affection makes them forget their spiritual responsibilities and even weakens their own Krishna consciousness. Even we found in the devotee family, they don't want to give their kids to be a devotee. But they forget they are the only caretaker. So the Bhima is telling about that. And next, Arjuna is telling a bird eating raw flesh of a dead animal, but the same bird is also reciting the Vedic mantras, sounding like a learned Brahmana. Arjuna is shocked and returns to Krishna, and that Krishna is telling, there will be feast to recite mantras, but pray on the people. Means outwardly sacred, but inwardly corrupt. The next is that Sahadev's. The Sahadev's son saw the wells of inequality, one large well in the center surrounded by the 4 smaller wells. The small wells were dry, but the big well was full of water. In Kali Yuga, the Krishna explained the Kali Yuga, wealth and resources will flow only to the wealthy person, just like water filling only the big well. Even though are rich, but still the poor will be the poor, and symbolize the social injustice, exploitation, and economic inequality. This is the hallmarks of Kali Yuga. And Nukul's vision is the rolling boulders, but I could not give the one small plant. So he found the huge boulders rolling down a mountain, destroying everything in their path. But amazingly, one small tender plant stopped a massive boulder from moving further. When Nukula described this to Krishna, Krishna explained, meaning of Kali Yuga means people's uncontrolled desires, anger, greed, and aparat, and unearthers. But only one thing is that spirituality. That small plant indicates the chanting of the holy name, especially the Hare Krishna mantra. If one call of the holy name can stop a person on earth. So this is that Kali Yuga. It's a very important, and so that's why Srila Prabhupada emphasized the chanting as the quickest and most powerful purification. Unearthas may be huge, but holy name is the stronger. Then I found this one also very nice. I would like to finish with this one. So many things in Kali Yuga that disturb us, especially 10 things. That's Mano Madhukara Megho Madhapo Matkuno Maruto, Mamadu Markato Matsu Makaradasha Chanchalo. Mind, Madhukaro, honeybee, Megho, the cloud, Madhapo, the drunkard, Matkuno, the bedbug, Marud, the wind, Mamadu, do not be proud, means those who are Ohankari, Markato, the monkey, the Matsu, the fish, Makara, the crocodiles, all are the 10 restless ones. But the man is the most hard to control, most chanchal. But Tukaram is telling, I have seen his lotus feet. The moment I focus on Krishna, everything else fades away. Nothing else matters. So if we concentrate our mind in that lotus feet of Lord Krishna, then all will be settled. Even in Kali Yuga, even so many disturbed things, we will be gain the good quality like King Gaya. Hare Krishna. Then I am finishing here. And if you have any suggestion and any reflection, please go ahead. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandot Pranam. Thank you very much. You nicely completed the whole text, which is very broadly picture showing the importance of the duties of a great king who is known as Mahapurush. And the example is King Gaya. So, what are the duties? You have just simply explained so nicely with various examples. Most importantly, the Poshana. Poshana is the main point which attracts all other activities towards its citizens. Then it comes Poshana, Prinana, Upalanana, Anushasana, and that points Mahapurush and Kaliju. These points are so nicely explained, explaining the importance of the duties of a king who is known as Mahapurush and how should he act for his citizens so that the whole kingdom remain peaceful and brought under the jurisdiction of God realization. So king is none other than a simple man, is representative of Lord, and his duties are so nicely explained with various examples. The lastly, the explanation of your this Mahapurush, as we heard from the Shastras and examples, that Mahapurush is none other than the part of Krishna, is empowered person, fully empowered person, so that he can maintain all these four qualities of a king. Sorry, five qualities of so that he can be represented of the Lord and maintain harmony and peace and the world remain in peaceful condition. But the turning point we see in these days in the arrival of Kali Yuga, how the things are changing because people are not, or the ruler are not following those uh, instruction from the Lord. And and because of that, all the chaos all over the world. As the examples we gave, how Krishna was looking uh, at the five Pandavas asking the question, how they look at the Kali Yuga, and the example from Yudhishthir, Bhima, Arjuna, Sahadev, and Nakula, how they look at the how their perspective about the arrival of Kali Yuga is really a sensible subject to understand, and how Srila Prabhupada has given the platform for all of us, so that even in this Kali Yuga, still people can make their progress in its spiritual life only by following the instruction which are instructed to Srila Prabhupada to give us that opportunity so that we can, living in this Kali Yuga, still can progress in devotional service. And that is the package, 5 points package Srila Prabhupada has given so that we remain engaged throughout the day by remembering the Lord so that the progress in spiritual life can be continued life after life. That's why it is said, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice summarization. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Anyone would like to share their realization? Otherwise, we can conclude the class here.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Can you
Hare
hear me?
Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much for a beautiful class. I've just had a thought that probably none of us is the king of the country or anything, but we can still relate this example to ourselves because we all have someone who we are in charge of, like being head of the family or mother or father. If we take this as a responsibility and a higher duty to, not just how that cow with the calf licking the blood.
Yes.
Kids, but instead doing everything, like even chastising and taking care, thinking like we've got these minors to be caring of, not just for our enjoyment, but just as our responsibility to bring them to the high purpose of life. And so sometimes I was thinking, like, so much verses in Srimad Bhagavatam are talking about the kings and rulers of the country, and I was thinking, oh, how can that be related to us, just, family
Yes.
people. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, how we are upbringing nowadays, the kids, we don't want to tell anything because they will be unhappy in that way, They are all forgetting everything, the good norms and behavior. Thank you, Mataji. Yes, it will be applied in our family life as well. Thank you, Hare Krishna. We can conclude the class if you have no comments, no realization. It's already 4 minutes extra. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhuvaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnav ki jai,
Ki
Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. All glories to Assembled
Ki
Devotees.
jai.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you all. Thank you for listening. Hare Krishna.